It's a good morning. How is everybody doing? I lost you guys for a minute. It's a good morning. How is everyone doing? If you're finding me for the first time, my name is Penny. I come here a few days a week to encourage you guys, to hope that you can listen and learn something by the time I'm done talking. I shifted from my page to talk on my personal page because the other page is giving me a hard time. So if you've not liked this page, please do that. I would appreciate your support. Let's see. So that way we can reach more people and learn from each other, encourage each other, so we can live a life with purpose. So if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do that. Go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That means a lot to me because I'm giving you my lunch break. I'm on my lunch break and I'm giving you my time so we can learn together, because I'm inviting you into my personal space. So do me that favor. Natalie, how are you? Share this video, Natalie. Be kind. You're an active listener. Share this on your page so that way we can have more people in our team, where we can be happy people by creating awareness. In fact, that's what I'm doing. I read through these questions to create awareness, so that way before we do things, we think about these things. So a lot of us don't think about these things because we never take time. Before we do things, we never take time to learn ourselves. So this is what we're doing. Cecilia, my friend, how are you? It's been a minute. By the way, my husband and I suspended that program because he's working out of the home. So it's been a while. We didn't do our couple talk, but we are going to come back once he gets back. So we are doing this book, and it's a questionnaire that is supposed to help you create awareness, and that's going to make you to be a better person. So share this video. So this is the book. We have about how many questions? 597, and we've done most of them. So we are behind in the month, but that's okay. You know, there's no rush. That's the good thing about social media. We are not dictated by CNN. We are not working for anyone. We are working for ourselves. I love social media for that. There is nobody who is pushing us to do anything, yeah? Especially us people who are not answerable to anybody but ourselves. So we can read our book and we don't have deadlines to meet. We can come on when we want to, and we can decide not to come. I love it. So let's go to the questions, because I have 30 minutes. I usually give you guys 15 to 20 minutes. But if I read the questions fast, we are going to finish quickly. So get your pencil. Where is my pencil? Get your pencil. Yeah? So that way you can write these questions quickly and then answer them later. Some questions are sensitive. If you don't want people to get into your business, you know, just answer privately, but create awareness on that question. Question number 1. Are you currently devoted to something? For me, yes, I'm devoted to my business. I'm very much self-driven. I wanted to retire at 50, but I'm behind. So I'm actually now, my new retirement age is 55. I have another 5 years that I just need to get out of the workforce. So are you devoted to something? I'm devoted to my business. Some of you are devoted to your children. You have small children. Some of you are devoted to your job. Are you currently devoted to something? Number 2, what book are you currently reading? I'm reading a book right now about forgiveness. My father-in-law gave me this book years ago. It's about forgiving people that you really didn't think you would forgive. Okay? It's not easy for me to forgive. I struggle with forgiveness. So that's what I'm reading. What are you reading? If you're not reading a book, can you pick a book? Just read something to get your brain going. Okay? Is today a lazy day for you? Yes. Today is a lazy day for us in New Jersey. The kids are home. There is no school. and it's a holiday. So it is a lazy day for me. Oh, Necessary Endings. Cecilia, I read that book. Do you remember? That book I finished. I don't even know where it is. That is a very nice book. I don't even know how I got the book, but I did share it on my page. That's a very good book. And in fact, I read it when I was going through so much with my family and I needed to end so many things. So guys, Cecilia, thanks for being an active listener. Get that book, go on Amazon and get that book, Necessary Endings. Some people, you need to remove them out of your life. Okay, number 4. What pattern have you noticed lately that you have? What pattern? Lately, I have this pattern of just not caring. It's a very bad pattern. You know, like, you don't care, then everything adds up. You're supposed to care, according to me. But are there patterns, things you've been doing lately, and you're looking at yourself, you're like, oh my goodness, I shouldn't be doing this. Number 5, have you ever just wandered aimlessly and you enjoyed it? That's me. Sometimes I'm just wandering. I like to go to the park. I'm alone for the most part. And because, you know, I have the garden, I have the chicken, I have all these things going on. And then I don't have too many friends that I enjoy their company. So I'm always by myself. It's easy for me to wander. But do you wander by yourself and aimlessly? And did you enjoy it? They're also trying to get you to think, do you really have alone time where you don't need people all the time? You know, there are people all the time, they need people, okay? Can you remember a time you were extremely present? For me, when I read that question, I remember when I was raising my children, I was so present for my children. I thought about that yesterday, and I remember I never gave anybody my children. That was like something I was trying to have a conversation with our son about my weekends. My weekends were occupied with our children. I was a present mom. I was there all the time. I just did not give myself a break. I went from work home. I never took vacations without my children. My life recircled around my children. I did that for a good 17 years. I was very present for my children. So have you ever had that time when you remember you were present? Right now, I'm not present. Right now, I'm present with my business because my kids are grown now. I have a 12-year-old. I try as much to be as present for him. But remember, I have the adult children, so they're helping me drop him and pick him. I'm present, but I'm not as present as I was. Are you present in anything right now? Number 7, do you have a title? Have you ever met someone who is like, oh yeah, I'm the director of nursing, oh yeah, I'm the CEO, oh yeah, I'm this, I'm that, titles? Do you have a title in your head that you go by? That's the question they're asking you. Do you have a title? What is that title? Then the next question is going to be, have you ever had, no, what does that title mean to you? What does a title mean to you? A doctor, a nurse, a lawyer, a CEO, an engineer, a supervisor. Do you have a title? And you know, if you know, in the African community, once you become a doctor, you lose your real name. So now, if you used to be called Cecilia, once you become a doctor, you are Daktari. Titles, people lose themselves to titles. Do you have one? And what value do you think that title means? Of what value is it to you? Okay. Number 9. Does your title dictate who you are? Does your title dictate who you are? If you're a nurse, you're a doctor, you're an engineer, does it define, is your title a definition of who you are? Or your title has nothing to do with who you are? Number 10. What is something that every organization should have? What is something that every organization should have? Think about it. When you look at your place of work, what do you think every organization should have? Okay? What is something that you're really thinking that your company needs to have, the company you're working for? Well, when I was thinking about that question, I was thinking every organization should control people, how many hours they can. They need to have a limit of how many hours you can work. Some of these organizations, they overuse people, and these people stay at work. Some of them stay until they are 80, some are 70. In America, they overuse people, and these people never have a life. So I think all the organizations should cap it, should like make people not to go beyond a certain time. Even I'm really in support of a 4-day work week. I started a 3-day work week for years, and then I moved into 4-day work week, and it's the best decision I ever made in 2012. Who wants to be at work every day, hearing the same stress? Number 11, what background noise are you hearing right now? Personally here, there is no background noise. It's quiet. But what is the noise that you're hearing? There's a reason why they're asking you this question. It's the next question. Is the current background noise annoying you? What background, number 11, what noise are you hearing behind? And number 12, is that background noise annoying you? Think about that. Every organization must have a free advancement courses. You must live better than you came. Cecilia, that is very nice. The company that I left, and I always say the company that I left before I came to the state is the company that really shaped me. That company, the CEO has rested, let him rest in peace. That company was allowing us to sign up for anything. You can even go to school. They were paying. Oh my goodness, that man died. That man was allowing, or rather the organization was allowing anybody to take any course. And I did all the courses in that company. And you could do it online, or you could go to Rutgers. You could go anywhere. And the company was willing to pay for you, especially the people who are in management. I learned so much. And in fact, there's a book I'm planning to talk about. I'm going out of topic. I'm going to come back to this. There's a book I'm going to share with you guys that the company paid for me to go to a conference in Atlantic City. And this writer who had an accident and became disabled wrote a book to his grandchildren, because once he got a brain injury, he wasn't able to think. But before, everything was fine. And then now all of a sudden he got into this car accident. And by the way, he got into a car accident because he was having marriage problems with his wife and things were not going okay. It's a book, the book is called Letters to Sam by Dan Gottlieb. And I attended that conference when he was speaking. And he figured for him to get his wife back, he wanted to go buy her a car. He went and bought a nice car, and he was on the way home driving to go deliver the car to his wife, and a tractor trailer lost a tire, and the tire hit him, and he became a quadriplegic. So when he gained his consciousness, he thought, you know what, I won't live long. Let me just write letters to my grandchildren just in case I lose my mind, because he was like, mentally he wasn't like doing great. And he wrote letters to his grandson, to tell him what he really believed about life. And the way the story will end, the wife did not take him back. They ended up divorcing. She ended up moving. She ended up having MS, and the story was a sad story. It's called I said Letters to Sam, and is written by a psychiatrist by the name Dan Gottlieb. And he was telling us that your life can change tomorrow. Cecilia, I responded to your comment, and I like when people do that, although I go out of topic. Your life can change. You can just turn around and you have a car accident, and that's the end of it. So what Cecilia said, most companies, if they invested in their employees, for employees to leave their company better than when they came there, that would be a good investment. I am a product of the company that I left. The 20 years I left, I worked in that company. They invested in almost all the supervisors, the ones who are willing to go to school. I even have a book about health diseases and how to manage. That company was great. Okay, let me move to the topic that I was, number 12. They were asking what noise is in your background, and then they were talking about, does the current noise in the background annoy you? And I wanted to talk about that. In my house, my husband likes the TV in the background, and I don't like the TV in the background. And sometimes he's watching sports, like he just likes the TV to talk. And that is the most annoying thing. So when he is in that space, because the living room is connected to the kitchen, I try not to be in his space, because there's nothing annoying to me like noise from the TV, because I don't like TV. TV is the most annoying thing. I don't watch TV. It's been very many years since I stopped watching TV. So when I hear and the commercials are repeated, the same commercial over and over, it drains me. So that's what they're trying to create awareness, that is there noise that really annoys you, and make sure if the noise annoys you, you are aware, you create awareness, because it can irritate you. When I really have to be in the kitchen, I'm intentional. I kindly ask him, is it okay if he can lower the volume, because I'm going to be in his space for a few minutes so I can do something, because I don't like that TV background noise. Anyway, number 13, what are your personal guidelines when you meet someone new? Mine don't work. What are your personal guidelines when you meet someone new? Because I talk too much, and I've created awareness about me talking too much, every time I meet someone new, I create total awareness. Like I work hard, extremely hard, not to be myself. Because myself is not very pleasant. Myself is like, I'm free-spirited. So I do that. I work so hard so I don't leave a bad impression, because I might cut myself off this person. So do you have guidelines when you're meeting someone new for the first time? Because we've turned people off by the way we've behaved. Some, I didn't do well. But I guess I'm like, anyway, I don't need them like that. If they cannot accept, me, if that's who I am, I can't help it. But you're supposed to create awareness when you're meeting someone for the first time. Because you know what? You could be missing on a very good friend because of their personality. Some people don't like loud people like me. So take your time before you really open up when you're meeting someone for the first time. Or rather, write guidelines. Number 14. Are you currently tiptoeing around someone's feelings? Which is the hardest thing I've had to learn. And my children are teaching me to learn that skill. That is a very hard skill to learn if you don't have it. Once you have adult children, every little thing that comes out of your mouth, you are their mother, you are their father. What you say to your children can either make them or break them. So of late, or rather since my children became adults, I'm tiptoeing around them. I don't want to bring my village comments. My village comments can put my child into therapy, because back in the day, our parents were calling us donkeys, cows, pigs, everything. So I'm tiptoeing, making sure I don't say something that is going to put my children in a bad situation, because where we grew up, our parents didn't really care what they say to us. And they're asking you, why are you tiptoeing around that person? I've given my reason, because I come from a different environment. Number 15. What public initiative or indirect initiative, English is hard, you are impressed by? An initiative, English, a direct or indirect initiative that you are happy about. Now that I'm experiencing paying college tuition, the indirect initiative that I'm loving it is for the student debt to be lowered, or college tuition to be lowered, or if the children can go to the community college for free. The community college in America is like, the community college in America is like Form 5 and 6 in Kenya. If they can even eliminate the community college fees and wipe it out, let the county pay for the children to get an associate degree. If getting an associate degree can be free in America, our children will do great. The community will do great. But we have to pay for college. College is so expensive. If there is anything that I'm happy about is hearing Biden trying to work on this college thing, tuition. A college is very expensive. Even in Kenya or other parts of the countries, the world, college is so expensive. So what is that thing people are doing that you are so impressed about? And if a vote was being passed, you're going to vote for it and be like, yeah, we need to end this. This sun is glaring on my face. Yeah? What is that one thing? You're going to be like, yeah, this has to come to an end. College is so expensive. My son's college, Dylan's college, is costing $65,000 to $70,000 a year. That's a lot of money for a small child to go get a 4-year degree. And some of these children come out with a 4-year degree, they cannot get a job. So what is that one thing you're supporting? The reason why they ask you this question, you need to be aware of what's going on. Create awareness, because some of these things might need your votes in your country. Some of these things may need your contribution. So you need to at least have an initiative that you support directly or indirectly. Which one is that? Number 16. What deters you from doing something erratic? For me, is the consequences. Some of us do things and we never think about it. The consequences. Number 17. Who do you think needs rescuing in your life? Among your friends, among your family members, or your co-workers, who do you think needs rescuing in your life? Right now, if there is a way I could rescue anyone struggling with alcohol and drugs or prescription pills, if I can rescue alcoholics and drug addicts, I will do that. Who do you really think needs rescue right now? Number 18. What's the glue that holds your family together? What do you think holds your family together? Some of you is your parents, some of you is your dad, some of you is your sisters. Who really holds that family of yours together? Thanksgiving is coming up next month. Who is that one person that makes sure that the family comes together? Are you the one, or who is it? And if you have one, be grateful. Tell them that we are grateful that you're holding our family together. In your family, who is that person? Who is the glue of the family? Some of you, you're the ones who are breaking the families apart. There is always someone that puts the family together. There is a friend of mine, an American friend of mine, actually she's my co-worker. She told me her grandmother started a tradition where every Sunday they met at her house. Her grandmother, her mom's mother, not her father's mother, her mom's mother. She cooked every Sunday. And everybody brought a dish. Her mother did it for them, and she's doing it for her kids right now. Whether they are having a good time, it doesn't matter what is going on. They are cooking on Sunday and they are all watching football or, doing something together. Who is that glue? If you don't have that glue, become one. Number 19. What causes anxiety for you? What causes anxiety for me is not being able to provide for myself and my family. Number 20. Do you enjoy being a tourist? Did you know that there are people who don't like to travel and people think it's a joke? There are people who don't like traveling. And please, if you're married to one of those people, stop giving people a headache. Not everybody likes to be a tourist. Some of you have ended your marriages because you're forcing your spouse to go on vacation. Some of you have ended your marriages because you see other families traveling and your family is not traveling because your husband doesn't want to travel, your wife doesn't like to travel. They're asking you this question to create awareness. There are people who don't like traveling. You're going to have children who don't like traveling. Like now my little son, Ryan, doesn't like flying. I don't know what happened. Every time we are planning a trip, we are going to fly, he gets anxiety. He starts thinking the plane is going to crash. He thinks too much. He'd rather drive to a vacation than fly to a vacation. He's 12. I don't know how long that's going to go on, but not everybody likes to travel. They are creating awareness because, you know, now this book is a new book. There are people who are obsessed with traveling because of social media, and they are forcing their partners or their children to travel who don't like to travel. When the kids are small, you have to force them because you know what? You can't leave them behind. But there is an age where you cannot force someone to travel with you. Create that awareness. Thank you for watching. Share this video and go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to my channel. I invite you to my personal space. I hope you can listen and learn one or two things and be grateful for social media to allow us to have allowed us, people like regular people that you know, like now I know Gladys, I've met her personally. She can see this is Penny. It's easier to learn from people that you know because this is what some of us are doing in our personal space to stay afloat. This is what some of us are doing to wake up with a life with purpose. To wake up with a life with full of options. The destination is the same. We are just trying to make the journey a little comfortable. Especially for those of you who have children. Your children wake up and look at you. They're like, Mommy, what are we going to do today? Daddy, what are we going to do today? Some of you, your parents are counting on you. Some of you, your jobs are counting on you. So, we should be grateful that we have these platforms to take opportunities to learn from other people who are regular people. Cheers, God bless you. Let me go eat my lunch. See you tomorrow.